What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Friday team here today. You have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers. JD, how are you today, bro?
Doing good, man. Today's Friday, so that's always a good day. Been in the house. What's going on, man? And actually, tennis this morning has started off hot. I mean,
Hell
super
yeah.
hot. So that is always a good start to the day. So
Yeah, we love that. We love when your tennis is winning because we know that means we're going to have a big MLB day. It's always a good omen when you tell us your tennis is winning. We usually have some pretty big days after that. Jabo is here as well. We appreciate you as always, Jabo, dropping in some games already. I absolutely love it. Stetsy boy is here. What's up, Joseph? We appreciate you, bro. How I'm doing today, JD? I know you didn't ask because you don't care about me, but that's fine. I will go into it next. I'm a little sick, boys. I'm a little sick. I'm battling something. Was up all night, coughing, couldn't get any sleep in, but I'm here. There isn't no way I was missing the beautiful man next to me doing a little clucking. So you know I wasn't going to miss this show today, boys. A couple other people in the co-op. No, it's Jabo, just firing games. Jabo, we love that. Just firing games today. We will go over every game you guys want us to go through. JD, how do you want to handle this? You want to do our recap first? You want to get the cluck out of the way? How do you want to do this?
let's actually do the recap first, so that way a few more people can make their way in.
You're a better man than me. I would have said right now before everyone else got in here. So let's go into our Thursday recap. I will start. I went 4-1 on the day, plus 3.2 units was another big day for us, and we're hoping to carry that momentum into the weekend slate. So a very good day for the AlphaDog team. JD, besides that Mets Braves game, how'd you do yesterday?
I did well. That was the game that actually decided if I was going to have a winning day or actually
That
not.
sucks. That sucks.
So I finished just a little bit down.
It's all right.
So yeah, it actually went back at man. A lot of games yesterday. The baseball slate ended up being kind of weird.
It was. It was.
There was not a lot of run. I mean, like certain games had actually lots of runs, but for most of the games we talked about, they were really low scoring games.
Yeah, 100%. It was a very interesting day, and I was happy about that because my free play of the day was the under. So I was in I believe it was the Phillies game yesterday, Phillies Astros. That's right. So we went, I think it was a 2-1 game. Got a little nervous there. It was 1-0 the entire game, and right in the 8th and 9th inning, it became a tied game. It was like, if this goes to extras and we trade one run in each extra inning, I am going to be so freaking pissed. But we got there. So it was a decent day. JD, I'm sorry, brother. Sorry, brother. That was a good one. I've missed that. We're going to have to bring that back more often because that's a fun one. Pulling back the curtain. Nobody wants to freaking cluck in front of other people. Let's be honest here. So we know it's not like a super serious bet, but it is kind of a pain in the ass when you wake up knowing, fuck, I got to cluck in front of a bunch of people today.
And, it's kind of weird because you and myself really don't cluck much when actually we've done those. Because for everybody new here, during the NFL season, it is actually not just us. We actually add other cappers on. And actually during our NFL shows, we normally have cluck bets going every single week. And actually, like I said, Alpha and myself, we've done very well on actually.
I'm not going to say the individual's name, but somebody who was on this show every single week for the NFL show that we do was clucking every single week. Love that guy. Not going to use his name. I'm sure you guys, if you were with us, you know who I'm talking about. But that dude clucked like 11 weeks in a row. He became a permanent clucker after that, so that was always funny there. JD, I think it's about that time, brother. We have a pretty big slate today, a great baseball slate, a ton of games. Ready to dive into the first game of the day, which, by the way, everybody, both of us do have best bets in the first game of the day. You ready, bro?
Yeah. Let's
do it. First game we're breaking down today, guys, is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays going to Baltimore and taking on the Orioles. Pitching for the Rays is Ryan Pepiot. Pepiot is 5-6 on the year with a 3.04 ERA and a 1.1 WHIP. On the other side, Tomoyuki Sugano. Sugano was 5-4 on the year with a 3.55 ERA. JD, this is the only game today I know what play you're on. So why don't you go first? You break it down because it'll make sense when he goes first, then I go. Why we do it in that order.
Okay.
J-Bo nailed it. I'm not using any names, but J-Bo nailed who it was.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Orioles on the mound. Ryan Pepiot. He, as far as his record goes, it's really not that good, but he really has not been pitching bad. But recently he's been pitching very well. He's had
Yep.
at least 7 strikeouts his last 4 starts. He's just absolutely mowing guys down.
Yep.
Um, so tonight versus those team, I'm actually looking for him to actually basically do the same thing.
Yep.
Then on the other guy, or on the other side, we have Sugano, which I've talked about him quite a bit to start the year. I was talking about just how this guy, as far as his numbers, I don't understand how they are there. Like
Yep.
he's just not that good. And they've slowly been going up and going up,
Yep.
and his actually past few starts here, he's given up 3 earned runs in every single start, and he is starting to walk more guys. But the thing is, he's
Yeah.
given up a bunch of hits, 8, 6, 7 hits. But when you look at it, he hasn't even gone 5 innings in actually any of those starts. So yeah, guys, the numbers are just not good. As far as the Rays offense has been going, they have been hitting well.
Yep.
I just think especially in the first 5 here, I see a big edge on the Rays. So I am on the Rays money line in the first 5.
Bro, the Rays have been over the last series the hottest team in baseball. They just beat the Kansas City Royals in a 3-game series by a combined score of 12-1. The Rays allowed 1 run in 3 games against the Royals, and it was in Kansas City. We all know the Royals are a significantly better home team over the last 2 seasons than they are a road team. But yet again, the Rays held them in the final 2 games to 0 runs, and in the first game they gave up a late run there to win 5-1. But they've been absolutely fantastic. My favorite play today is going to be the Rays on the money line. I am not a Sugano guy. The 35-year-old rookie turning 36 during the season is not somebody I like to back. JD put it perfectly. His numbers are okay, but they don't reflect how he's really been. He also gives up a decent amount of walks. He gives up a decent amount of homers, and he doesn't strike anyone out. I don't like to back a lot of starters that don't have strikeout stuff. You take a look at Sugano's underlying numbers. In 84 innings this year, he's only recorded 50 strikeouts. That's a very low total compared to the 84 hits he's allowed in those 83 innings. So for me, not a guy I like to back. This Orioles team has not been great. As we've said, the Orioles have lost 4 of their last 5. And on the other side, like we said, the Rays have won 4 of their last 5. So the Rays are the hot team. They're playing better. They have the pitching advantage, and I do think they are going to win this game. The only concern I have about this one is the weather. There will be weather factors in this game. It might be delayed. It's not going to be a cold night, looking like it's going to be 75 degrees at first pitch, but it is raining in Baltimore all day today. Then it stops for a couple hours around 4 to 5, and the rain picks up at 7 p.m. So I do think we may see a slight rain delay, but after 7 p.m., after 7 to 8, it does look like it's going to be clear weather. So I do think they will get the game in, kind of like yesterday's Mariners game. We just might see a lengthy delay here. One more thing about this one, JD. Caminero, looking at his home run totals, he had 19 yesterday, moved up to 20 today. So if any of you guys watched the show yesterday, I did give out Caminero to hit a home run. He did come through with us. Let's see him do it again tonight. He should be able to get some good ABs and get some good looks off on Sugano. And like I said, I do think the Rays will win. So JD, not even going to hide it, not even going to hold it from people. This is definitely a best bet for me. I absolutely love the Rays in this spot. All right, JD, you ready to keep it moving, bro?
Let's do it.
If I sound out of breath, guys, yet again, if you missed the intro, I am sick, battling like a bronchitis-y kind of thing, so I apologize. I'm doing my best to not sound like I'm dying here. But let's move on to the second game of the day. We got Mitch Spence pitching for the Athletics, who are taking on the Yankees, going to New York. Mitch Spence is 2-2 on the year with a 3.84 ERA and a 1.3 WHIP. On the other side, a guy who is very difficult to predict and figure out, Will Warren. Will Warren's 4-4 on the year with a 4.6 ERA. All that being said, Will Warren in 75 innings has 96 strikeouts. This guy has electric stuff when he's on, but what version of Will Warren are you going to get? JD, over to you. What do you got?
Yeah, man. Going to be pretty actually quick on this one. I think this is a Yankees just smash spot here. The A's basically have just not been playing good. This is definitely a fade of actually them. And as far as Warren, like you said, kind of don't know what you're going to get, but like I've said a bunch, he has some nasty stuff.
Really does.
So like when actually he's like on, he can be really on. Matter of fact, a couple games ago, I believe he struck out 11. And as far as the A's, it's actually like as far as their lineup goes, like I said, they're currently just not doing much of anything. So this is a night where I think the Yankees can definitely hold them down, and I think the Yankees will score enough runs here to actually cover the run line. This number has gone up. Why I first put this game on there was because the run line. I actually got it actually minus 107.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you got a good line on it.
And actually, for the price of what the Yankees are compared to that run line price, I was like, this price is just not right. Like, it should be more. You know, I mean, like, I still think the price is fine now. I'm trying to look. It looks like you can still get a minus 115 and stuff like that out there. Some actually books are actually like a little bit more. But yeah, like I would still take that though. I like still think that actually that is light.
So let's see the Yankees win then. Mason, even when I win, JD gets the credit. That's fine. JD can be the one who gave that out. I didn't have anything to do with it. Good job, JD. You were the sharpest guy I know. Congrats on that Caminero homer. Just giving you a hard time, Mason. We appreciate it. Whatever picks get thrown out on this show, it's from the both of us. We are the show. So JD could take credit. That works for me. Over to this game, guys. I don't mind the Yankees as a parlay piece. Going to be honest, I have not done my daily parlay of the day yet. So I did want to talk this through with you, JD. There's another game we're breaking down today. So I don't really want to go into it in too much detail. But I'm going to. Fuck it. I'll go early. I've been thinking about parlaying the Yankees with the Dodgers tonight. What do you think? We just went over how the Royals have been playing as of late. We're still going to cover the Dodgers-Royals game in a few games from now. But what do you think about that Yankees-Dodgers parlay? Because I'm not comfortable taking the Yankees run line. You guys know my theory about run lines. Unless it's a plus 1.5, I like to find a parlay partner. I don't like to take it. But I do think the Yankees will win this game. JD, what do you think about that potential parlay? Because it may make my VIP card hasn't been sent yet. That's the one thing I still have to figure out today is the parlay. I have 6 straight bets already done. The parlay I'm still working on. What do you think?
I'm not going to. I actually
appreciate you, Mason.
I actually have a play, and actually that game. So I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll keep it that. I'm leaning. It's probably 75% chance right now. It does make my official card. Yankees Dodgers parlay. You can currently get that at a plus 135. It'll probably be there. It's not official yet, so don't hold me to it. But if I do end up picking that parlay for my daily parlay, I will post it in my MLB 2-pack today on Twitter. So make sure you guys stay tuned to that. All right, JD. Next game is the most interesting line of the day, in my opinion. Yes. I think that you agree with me there. We're going to the Phillies. We're going to your Braves. We have Mick Abel on the bump for the Phils. Mick Abel, what a story. If you don't know the Mick Abel story, I'm not going to go into it in full detail, but he was a former first pick, top pitching prospect in baseball, struggled with mental health, left the game, came back. It's a really cool story. I like to support guys like that. He's been good. He's 2-1 on the year with a 3.4 ERA. On the other side, Uncle Brycey Elder. Uncle Brycey Elder's 2-4 on the year with a 4.75 ERA. JD, you're a resident Braves specialist. What do you think in this one? The line is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, as far as the line, I'm just going to kind of start there first. Because the Braves were around like minus like 135. And actually that was through like overnight. And that's kind of where I thought that the line would actually stay. And then as soon as the limits went actually up on actually your sharp books, this line got hammered. It has been nothing but Brave since. And this line is now, it's still going up. It is over minus 170 everywhere now. Yeah. That to me, that tells me that I want to stay away. Because somebody who is betting very big knows something or sees something, and I just don't see it. Because there's no way that I think Bryce Elder should be laying over minus 170 to actually this Phillies team. Like I realize the Phillies that like they haven't been playing like that.
Yep. Well. They have not been. They have not been.
But I mean, Bryce Elder's just not. He's just not good.
So JD, my thoughts about this, when you look at the Phillies' last 3 games, so the entire series they just played against the Astros, which let me tell you something. I bet the under in all 3 games. The first game was with Framber Valdez. That was easy. The second game, I forget the pitching matchup. I think it was Wheeler. That was another easy one. And then last night was another easy one. The total amount of runs in the Phillies-Astros series, JD, was 6 total runs through 3 games for both teams. The Phillies only had 1 of those runs. So in 2 of the 3 games, they were shut out. In 1 game, they had only 1 run. So I think the line is kind of reflecting how the Phillies have played over the last couple games. But at the same time, the Phillies just went against all very strong pitchers, Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez. They went up against some tough guys. So do you think the Phillies bats stay cold? Do you think that's probably why they make the line where it is?
Even with them being that like cold the past 3 games, I still don't see how it's this. So that's what I'm saying. Like as far as Vegas had their line set, and it was there. Like it was there actually overnight. Like it stayed there. There was no drastic move, and that's what I'm saying. When those guys who are actually betting it really big, at actually those certain sharp books, as soon as they could bet it big this morning, that is when the line started to move, and it's just been moving since. Like I said, I feel like we're just missing something here, or we just don't know something. I'm looking at some other markets here. Give me just a second, because I'm wondering if we can get a good price on fading Elder here, and for the Phillies bats to actually come back. I'm just
So
trying
a team total you're looking at?
or either a earned run. I'm looking at an Elder earned run prop, trying to pull that.
Okay.
Up.
We'll see what we got there. J-Bo, couldn't agree more, brother. Couldn't agree more. I'll give my pick on this one after JD goes, but I'm going to let it out early. No shot I would fucking take the Braves under minus 170 with Elder on the bump against anybody.
You can get his earned runs. You can get it over actually 2.5 at actually minus 110.
It's not bad.
I do like that. Let me look at.
But you don't like backing Mickey Abel? Mickey Abel's been a guy I've enjoyed backing because for some reason they misprice his starts every single time. And then you take a look at his advanced metrics on the road this year. Mickey Abel's 1-0 with a 1.7 ERA. He's done very good at home this year. So it's just interesting. I know he got roughed up in his last start by the Mets, but the Mets are a very good offense. They could turn it on at any game and they can really take it to somebody. But this one's interesting, guys. I'm going to quickly go over my pick. I know JD's still pulling up the team total or the earned run total there and going over all that. But I'm taking the Phillies at the plus 175. There's just way too much value on that. I'm going to take a 1-unit chance. If we lose, we lose. It's a plus 175. It's a long shot. But ESPN BPI gives us a 51% favorite to the Braves, 49% to the Phillies. To me, I think the pitching advantage is the Phillies. To me, I think the lineups are pretty even. I know Ronald Acuna has been an absolute monster, but I do think the lineups top to down are relatively even. And you're going to give me the pitching advantage with a team that I think overall, no offense, JD, I know you're a Braves guy. I think the Phillies are a much better team overall than the Braves. So I'm going to take the plus 175, and I definitely – or no, not plus 175. There was minus 170. It's plus 145. Plus 145. Plus 145 is the official play that I am sending out, and I'm all over that. JD, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to take a stab here at the Phillies' first 5 team total over 2.5 at plus 124. I think that's the value. I think is definitely there. Like I said, the Phillies have been held down, so actually that's why you're going to get this here. But Elder, like I said, I just don't trust him. Just simply don't. So this isn't going to be like a big play for me or anything like that, but I am going to take a small stab there.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it on the show all year. It's one of the guys that you're a Braves guy. You see most of the Braves game. He's not a pitcher you've enjoyed backing this year. He's every time we've talked about them when he's been on the bump, you have said it's not a Braves day. I don't really like to back Elder, and against the Phillies in the spot, I just think there's just so much value in the plus 145. I really do. So that's exactly what I'm going to be playing there. All right, JD, you ready to keep it moving?
Let's do it.
Next game we're breaking down is going to be the Dodgers and the Royals. This is the second leg of my official parlay. That should answer all of your questions. Yankees, Dodgers. I am going to officially be adding that to the card. So, JD, I've kind of already given my play on this. I went a little early. We have more games we're covering because our guy J-Bo gave us some more to talk about, so we appreciate that, J-Bo. But let's break down the pitching matchup here. Pitching for the Dodgers is Dustin May. Dustin May is 4-5 on the year with a 4.5 ERA, also has a 1.3 whip. On the other side, Noah Cameron. Guy was lights out at the beginning of the year, but he's come back down to earth in his last couple starts. He's 2-3 on the year with a 2.08 ERA and a 0.97 whip. JD, we just talked about it. This Royals team has an abysmal offense right now. They have no offense right now. They are losers of 5 consecutive games. The Royals, they have been shut out in 2 consecutive games. Over their last 5 games in total, they have scored a combined 4 runs. Really bad from what the Royals have been doing. Dodgers, on the other side, have won 4 consecutive games, but take it with a grain of salt because they just beat up on probably the worst team we've ever seen in Major League Baseball, the Colorado Rockies, who are still on pace to be statistically the worst team in MLB history. All that being said, JD, you know my parlay on this game. You know what I'm taking. What do you got?
Yeah. Guys, this one is for me going to be pretty simple. This is a fade. This is a Royals fade. Um, like I said, their actual offense is just nowhere to be found. If you've been watching this show for any amount of time, you know that I am not a Dustin May fan now. Um, but
I don't think anyone is. I don't think Dodgers fans are Dustin May guys either. Let's be real here.
Right. So I mean, like, but he like does have some actual like stuff though, and if your team is just not hitting, they can make somebody like actually Dustin May actually look really good.
Sure can. Sure can.
So tonight we have a chance of seeing that. And then as far as Noah Cameron goes, I mean, like I said, he like started out great, and he still hasn't been pitching bad. But when you've seen him go up against teams that can like really hit, he definitely has given up runs.
Yep.
And we know as far as the Dodgers go, we know they can hit. We like know they can put up runs. So yeah, I actually got the run line here. Here actually made up plus 110. I think that's to be able to fade the Royals team here at that price. I actually just think is too good to pass up. So
yeah, I don't blame you. And Cameron is a loser in 4 consecutive starts. He may not have picked up the loss in every single start. He might have. I'm not going to go into every single game. No, he didn't. He lost 1 in extra innings. But the Royals have lost 4 consecutive games. He has been the starter. So things have turned a little bit for him. They were winning a lot of the games he started earlier in the year, and that has not carried over. So we have seen that here. I do think that'll continue, and I do think the Dodgers will have a big performance here. All right, JD, we have one more scheduled game. We're flying through games today, but we have more from J-Bo that we're going to cover after this game. So you ready to dive into our last scheduled game of the day?
let's do it.
Let's get it, brother. We got the Cubbies. We got the Astros. Pitching for the Cubbies is Cade Horton. Cade Horton is 3-1 on the year with a 3.73 ERA. On the other side is Brandon Walter. Walter is 0-1 with a 3.8 ERA. Astros are hot. Cubbies are kind of getting hot. Astros are winners of 4 consecutive games. The Cubbies have won 2 consecutive games. They had 2 consecutive shutouts against the Cardinals, so their bullpen's in pretty good shape. The Astros, on the other hand, just played a grueling, taxing series against the Phillies, where every game was a 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 game. They've had to use their bullpen, they've had to use their big-time arms, and they've had to play intense baseball over the last couple games. Meanwhile, the Cubs, their last 2 games, they've won by a combined score of 11-0. They've had some pretty stress-free games that they are coming off of. All that being said, JD, we got the Cubbies, we got the Astros. Astros are home. What do you got?
Yeah, man, I just think this is a pretty interesting game. As far as the starters go, for the Cubs, as far as Cade Horton goes, I mean, like he's been good. He has had a few starts where he's like given up a few runs, like the 3 and 4 run area. But I mean, like as far as those lineups that he's faced there, they have definitely been good. As far as the Astros, they have been winning, but it's not like they've been scoring a bunch of runs. Then on the other side, you have Brandon Walter, and he was also pitching very well until that last game out versus the Angels. He gave up 9 hits and 7 earned. The Angels kind of smacked him up there. I think this could be a bounce back start for him, though. As far as the side, I do think it's priced well. But I would actually lean under here.
I don't mind that play. My official play on this game is going to be the Cubs on the money line. I do think the Cubs will have a big performance. I do think once this gets to the bullpens, the Cubs have a big advantage here over the Astros. I do think the Astros bullpen's extremely taxed, and I do think the Cubs will be able to get some runs off of them. So my official play on this game is absolutely going to be the Cubbies on the money line here. All right, JD, I apologize yet again for the 3rd time, everyone. I'm trying. I'm a little sick, so my answers are probably not as long as they usually are, but we're trying our best to cover every single game you want us to talk about, guys. And the next game we're going to be talking about is a request from J-Bo. We're going to go over to the Mets game tonight. Let me pull that up here. Mets and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson. David Peterson is 5-3 on the year with a 2.98 ERA. Blows my mind every time I see David Peterson's ERA being at a sub-3. Because he's not a guy I ever thought would be in that class of pitcher. I never thought he'd be an under 3 ERA type of guy, but he's been very good this year. On the other side, it's Mitch Keller day. Mitch Keller is 1-10 on the year with a 4.0 ERA. He's 1-10 on the year, guys. Not a great record for Mitch Keller this season. That being said, JD, do you have any action on this game? Because I do have an official play on this game. What do you got?
I don't, but I am looking through it here now. You know, as far as Mitch Keller goes, his past few games, they haven't been that bad. When you look at just the past few games compared to Peterson, he has actually he's actually pitched better.
I mean,
Uh,
bro, you just all you have to do is pull up his win-loss home record, and
well,
Keller's ERA. It's just so pain. 0-7, 4.6 ERA. It's tough to look at his underlying metrics. It just is.
yeah. You know what? I'm looking at it now in the line. As far as the Pirates, the money has been coming in on them. The Mets are down to minus 140 now. Um, I was gonna say why the Mets, just why I didn't think this was a good spot for them, especially because of their bullpen.
Yeah.
They got they definitely had to use a lot more of their bullpen than actually planned.
Yeah.
The bullpen has also not actually been very good the past actually 3 weeks here, whereas the Pirates pen they've been really good. Um, but like I said, this has been bet down now. I could not back the Pirates at this price now. To now, we're getting in the price range now where this would be a Mets play. I am going to stay off of it. Um, but yeah, you can sign it. You can kind of see what everybody else saw, and actually, like that's what I was just talking about there. But I think the price is just gone now.
Well, JD, guess who's not staying off of this game? This guy. This guy.
What you
Because I'm
got?
on the Mets here. David Peterson's been great this year, guys. Mitch Keller. Go look at every game that the Pirates, the record of the games he started. So if you just click on his name in ESPN, you'll see they give you a 5-game glance. Well, all 5 games he has pitched in his last 5, the team has lost. Let's pull up the whole season. He has started this year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He started 16 games this year, guys. They have won 3 of them. He's got the win for 1. 3-13 is their record overall when he starts. David Peterson has performed better than anyone has expected to this year. He's done a fantastic job at being a solid pitcher and has done a good job getting this Mets team to where they currently are. The big question about the Mets coming into this year was their rotation, was their pitching staff. Everybody knew their offense would be able to rake. Everybody. But the big question was they're signing guys like Griffin Canning. They're signing guys like Clay Holmes. They're having David Peterson be a starter again. These are not guys that anybody in the league wanted to be a starter. And the Mets have turned them into quality pitchers. And it's been a really cool story to see what the Mets have done with these low-tier starters that are giving them good results. In this game, though, I do think the Mets will be able to get to Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller's a righty. The Mets mash righties. They have a ton of lefty power bats in the lineup that should be able to get the job done. On the other side, David Peterson, if he stays to his season average and keeps his ERA around a 3, in this game, I think the Mets win this one comfortably. I love that the Pirates have been getting hit a little bit because it gives us a little bit better of a line to take on the Mets. I was looking them at a minus 150 this morning. It's down to a minus 140, like JD said, and that's exactly what I am playing. I'm taking the minus 140, and I do think the Mets will have a big win tonight. All right, JD, I think we had another couple questions from J-Bo. Let me scroll here. Nats Angels, man, you're digging in the bag for some dumpster games today, J-Bo. You want us to go over the Nats game? Let me pull that up here, brother. Give me 1 second. We got the Nats. We got the Angels. Pitching for the Nats is Jake Irvin. Irvin is 6-3 on the year with a 4.18 ERA. On the other side, we got Jose Soriano. Soriano is 5-5 on the year with a 3.39 ERA. JD, I'm going to be honest with you. Completely honest. Pull back the curtain. We all have teams we like to target and bet on, right? We all have teams that have done well for us. So, for example, somebody, I think it was Parlay Prince, so I'm surprised he's not here today. I gave out the Blue Jays at plus money yesterday. He came in here and said, oh, man, Alpha, you're always on the Blue Jays. That's a team that's done well for me this year. These 2 teams are not bet on teams for me, either of them. So I didn't really take a deep dive into this game because this is a series I'm probably not going to have any action on for the entire series. JD, do you like anything in this game?
You know what? This was a game that I actually wanted to look into more because the model tells me there's a side that I should just be, betting big time here. But I didn't have time to look into it yet. So I'm looking into it more now. And actually, that is this Angels side. The Angels have actually been playing some pretty good ball. They're actually
500 club. 500 ball club.
Yeah, they're actually 7-3 their last 10. The Nats are 3-7 their last 10. But as far as Soriano, that is why my numbers are actually popping here. His last three starts, man, they've been looking at him now. They've been really good. Um, he's given up a total in his last three starts. He's given up a total of 2 earned runs, and he struck out 10 his last
3
time.
starts, by the way. In his last 3 combined starts, he's only given up 2 earned runs.
Yes, and he struck out 10, 6, and then 12. Yeah, he is on currently. As far as actually Jake Irvin goes, I mean, nothing really actually nothing really against him. He's just one of those, to me, one of those just kind of average guys, you know.
I agree. I agree.
But one team here is hot, one team's not, and then as far as the pitcher, the Angels have a big advantage there, in my opinion. I'm looking at seeing what a first 5 price is here.
You see what you got. J-Bo, we'll go over the Cards Guardians game next. No problem, bro.
Yeah, this is definitely playable, man. You can get the Angels first 5 minus a half run at actually minus 114. I think that is definitely a playable line, and one I'm actually going to look into this just a little bit more, just check on a few other things. But I'm most likely going to add this. It definitely looks like they have a clear edge there.
There we go. There we go. So JD is adding a play here. I am staying off this game. Let's move on to the next game for my guy, J-Bo. J-Bo, we're going to the Cardinals. We're going to the Gardos. Pitching for the Cardinals is going to be Sonny Gray. There are Sonny Grays ahead, baby. Let's get it. He's 7-2 on the year with a 3.7 ERA. On the other side for the Gardos, we have Luis Ortiz. Luis is 4-8 on the year with a 4.3 ERA. JD, anything from you in this game?
No, I'm kind of exactly what actually J-Bo was just saying there. Sonny seems to, whenever I don't bet on him, he looks great. When I do bet on him, he gets smacked.
Yep, he's one of those for me as well, boys. One of those for me as well.
This game looks like it sets up well for him. As far as his strikeouts, should actually be a good look. As far as the Cardinals, that would be the only side that I could play here. But for me, this is going to just be an easy pass.
Yeah, it's a pass for me too. And Brucey, what do you mean, bro? We pulled up your What's Up guys, gave you the old, one of these guys going on. What are we not showing you love for? The Mets NRFI is 4-0. Does that mean in their last 4? What do you mean the Mets NRFI 4-0? Let us know what you mean by that. JD, I got one more play to tell the people today, and it's because a lot of people yell at me when I play them as much as I do. So you probably know what I'm going to say here, and we're not even breaking down the game. But I got one more play for you motherfuckers out there before this week is over. And we're going back to the well that does not go dry. We're going to the Toronto Blue Jays. We got the berries on the bump. Jose Berrios going up against Brayan Bello. Let me tell you something. This Red Sox team is a disaster. They have lost, 5 consecutive games. Well, the Blue Jays have been a very strong team. They continue to get results and win in spots where they're projected to lose. The Blue Jays are going to win this game again today on the road as a dog. You can currently get them at a plus 100. I absolutely love them in this spot. Bruce, I know what NRFI is, but what does it mean Mets NRFI 4-0? Thank you, Joe. I know what NRFI is, but what does the 4-0 part of the NRFI mean? That is the part I am a little confused on. Are they 4-0 with David Peterson's last 4 starts? What is it where they were 4-0? JD, do you like the Mets NRFI today?
That's not something that I even...
I'm not a nerfy better. I'm not
not even going to say anything there. As far as the Blue Jays, man, question though. Why do you think that they are the underdog here?
To be honest with you, because the Red Sox are coming back home, the do factor, they need to get a win. They're 40-42. A lot of their guys know if they don't start winning some games, they're going to be even bigger sellers. So I do think there's a lot of mental pressure on them, but I don't think that helps this team. I think that hurts this team. Pitching advantage may go to Bello this year. Bello's had a good year. He has a better ERA than what we've seen out of Jose Berrios. Jose Berrios can get hit on the road. He only has a 1-2 record on the road, but in 4 of Berrios' last 5 starts, the team has won the game outright. The only loss they had was to the Phillies, and that's not a loss that you should be embarrassed for. That's one of the best teams in the NL. This Blue Jays team continues to rake, and the odds makers keep doing this. I mean, the Blue Jays were a plus 100 yesterday, or not? No, sorry, plus 120, and they had another dominant performance. So the books just don't seem to respect them. What do you think about it? Why do you think the line is where it is?
I think that your man actually like Jose. Um, I I just think Barrios there, like honestly, like he's somebody that I'm like trying to fade.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not a big
just
Barrios guy.
just the Red Sox bats have not been doing much. So
Well, that's what happens when
uh,
you get rid of your only bat.
so that's what Bruce. There's no way the Blue Jays is at 3.5.
Whoa, let's pull that up. That would be
There
crazy.
is there is no way. Like actually, like
Let me
that's a
see.
max play. Like if it's at 3.5, there's no way it's 3.5.
Blue Jays total runs 4.5, but it's juiced heavily on the under minus 150. It's plus 110 on over 4.5. What's the Blue Jays alt line? You get the over 3.5 at minus 170. So I don't love those
Okay,
odds.
yeah.
I'd rather take the Blue Jays as a dog price, but I do think the Blue Jays are going to score here, guys. I really do. And I think the Blue Jays are
Yeah.
in the big spot. Joe has a couple comments here about the game we were covering earlier, the Mets Pirates. Mitch Keller is 8-2 at home to the NRFI. If you're NRFI backers, maybe a good spot for you. I just don't trust with how dominant. The Mets have a 5-man lineup. The Mets 6 through 9 batters are dog shit. They don't do anything for this team. So when the Mets score, it's guys in the batting order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So betting on the Mets for an NRFI is a little scary, especially when they're going to have 2 to 3 lefties come up in that first inning, all with home run power that could take Mitch Keller deep. So I see it's been winning. Ride it. I hope you guys cash it, but for me, it's not going to be a play on the NRFI against the Mets. The Mets are not an NRFI team to go against, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, and actually, like, as far as those bets, um, most time whenever I do take stabs at those, I actually bet yes,
Yeah.
because actually, like everybody bets no, and so as far as value on most games where I've seen the value is usually on yes. So if I can find a game where I think there's a chance for actually like an early run, I actually bet yes. So that's just how I kind of do those, but.
No, I'm in the same boat, but I'm really not a yes or no run first inning guy. Not really a big spot I like to target. A lot of those are coin flips, in my opinion. A lot of them, you get lucky, one swing ends it right there. Just it's a little frustrating betting. At least NRFI, I'd much rather bet a yes run first inning than a no run first inning. Personally, just my own style. All right, JD, any other plays you want to go over today before we do the thing with the best bets and the thing with the player profit? Joe, what does this mean? What does this mean? He likes NRFIs, but not on Fridays.
I've actually heard that from actually like a lot of people. They bet as far as Monday through actually Thursday, and then as far as the weekend, they actually do not bet those. So I think like that really is a thing. Like I said, I like don't have any stats on it, but like I like know people that actually do it. So.
Interesting. Well, we'll monitor that today and see if it comes true. I hope we'd like to get it cash, and I hope you win those bets, boys. Let's cash every bet we're placing today. All right, JD, ready to get into our best bets for the day for Friday, June 27th?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, my boy. Best bets for Friday, June 27th. And as you guys know, our best bets is sponsored by Player Profit. By now, you guys know what Player Profit does. Take one of their challenges, pass their challenge, and get funded to bet with their money and keep a portion of the revenue. What is better than gambling with someone else's money? We have a couple extra guys in the Discord right now that are getting very close to getting through the first round of their challenge. So guys, get in the Discord. We all help each other out. Come in there. We have our entire channel. We have a whole channel dedicated just to Player Profit to help you guys get through your first challenge and help you guys get funded. You could take a challenge for as little as I believe it's $27, JD. Give it a shot, guys. It's $27. And if you pass it, you will get to gamble with someone else's money and get a portion of the revenue. There's nothing better than risk-free gambling. You can only make profits with somebody else's money. JD, let's go over what our best bets are going to be today for the people.
Let's do it. I'm going to bring up the screen here. This is where we are so far here. We are still up. You see, we're still up 5.2 or 5.92%. That's $1,479 of the 5,000 that we are trying to get to. So we're still rolling along nicely there. I believe best bets on the week are 6-2.
Yep.
I think so. So yeah, we've been rolling along nicely.
It's been a good week for our challenge. We've turned the challenge around.
It has.
I see my best bet, JD.
You're gonna go with the Rays?
Oh yeah, Pop. Rays on the money line, baby.
Rays
My
full
favorite
game.
play by far. Are we going big dog today? Big dog Fridays, a little 13-20 to win 1,000. What are we doing? How what are you going to put for yours? We should match. We should mirror what we're placing today.
We can risk for this account size. We can risk 2,500
total. So we can do 1250 each.
So let's do 250, or let's do 1250 each.
Love that.
So got that. That's the full game Rays money line minus 132.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go here under more picks.
Wait, you're looking at the Rays again, bro.
Rays again.
I love that. We are all the way the fuck in on the Rays tonight.
First half money line, get a 135. Gonna put another 1250 there.
Let's go.
Hit place pick. So that, and then go back to our dashboard. There we go, guys. We're on the Rays. We are all over the Rays here. I am personally on them on the first 5 money line. We're going to risk 1250 there. And then Alpha is on them full game. We're going to risk another 1250 there, trying to get us some money here.
And if we hit this today, we gain about 2,000. That puts us just under, right about 1,000 left to pass our first challenge. So if the Rays have a full win tonight, they win the first 5, win the game, we're really close to officially being funded from just our best bets on this show, which you guys can do. You can mirror our best bets. You can see we're getting closer and closer as the weeks are going on. We are getting closer to passing this challenge. So, JD, what is the promo code that they have to use to get a discount on joining Play Your Profit?
Make sure to use promo code MBM, and that will get you 10% off. And also, guys, today we're going to start something. As far as the 5K, like as far as actually that size, we've noticed a lot of people have been wanting to do that or either have started doing that. So what I've been asked to do is actually to start one specifically for that size, so people can mirror, the size bets that I use for that. So as far as in the Discord, I am doing one. It is the 5K. And what you can do, we have a special promo right now. If you buy a 5K account, you'll get 1 month of VIP free. So that means you can get in there and you can follow it. If you want to do it exactly how I do it, you can actually be in there and we can help each other out and we can all get funded. But yeah, as you can see there, as you go up and actually account size, you actually get more months or either up to a year of VIP for free. Guys, tennis is running a little hot right now, and there is a big tournament about to start. So if you would like to get a month free, right now is a very good time. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there.
Make sure you guys take advantage of those offers. We do not offer them frequently, so make sure you get in the Discord, come win with us, and let's get everybody funded so we can all gamble with someone else's money. That is the goal. JD, any final words for the people before I take some Dayquil and pass the fuck out?
Man, this has been a good week. Great week.
We went from good, and now we're great.
Great. Yeah, man, the shows have been fun. We've been winning, which is always nice.
It's always a benefit of when we're winning.
Yeah, always. And hope everybody's weekend is very good. And we'll make sure to see y'all back here on Monday at the same time. And between now and then, let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win, guys. We'll see you guys same time, same place on Monday. I think that's the first of the month. We'll be here in July. Jeez, I can't keep up with the time going so fast. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, and let's all fucking cash the hell out. Peace out, everybody.